Now,
So how important is it to talk about money in a relationship / marriage? How important is this to do that?
Okay, now when you think about marriage and we think about relationship, when you think about couples of any kind, you got to understand that, you know, one of the key things or one of the main things that lead to divorce is money. Usually the lack of money. At times it could be somebody being a breadwinner and feeling as though they have some type of authoritative place
Come on,
because
man.
they're the breadwinner.
That's what I'm talking
But
about.
most of the time it's the lack of money. Ends not meeting. So it's almost mandatory that you discuss money and learn money together. And when you learn money together, then you have a different perspective of money. And once you have a different perspective of money, then the things you do, the actions you take, the thoughts you think, the way you spend your money, the way you invest your money to grow is totally different. But had the conversation not been put in place, if two people were scared to discuss money, then you run into the same issues that most relationships have. But because we are open to discussing money, we can eliminate those issues and, you know, take care of the foundation, and now we can build a strong house.
So can I ask you, that started early in the relationship, the relationship, then y'all laid it all out on the table and really discussed this thing from the beginning, that you can be used to each other and knowing what you studied her and she studied you about what we need to make this marriage a strong marriage. So I appreciate you saying that, man, because my wife and I, we really have to stay on one accord, because, you know, we had to raise, they all out of our nest now. So, but we had to stay balanced because of that, because we had to stay focused on doing things together. So,
and the thing of it is, you can't get into the marriage and discuss this stuff. This has to be laid on the table in advance, because you got to know who's better at what. Not to say nobody's, you know, not this or that, but like with us, just a prime example.
I'm down with
my
it.
husband was a big spender. Like, oh my God, like if he wanted something, if he saw something he wanted from me, he would just go and get it. And I'm like, dude, you just married a woman with 3 kids. We can't be doing this.
That's right.
We got to do budget. I've always been a budgeter. So that was so he was like, well, babe, you know, you way better at handling the finances and doing that than I am, so I'm gonna let you handle that. So was it like a mutual thing? Who agreed to handle the finances, or was one better than the other, or were y'all both good at this?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm better.
Okay.
But I do feel like it's both of us. And I just wanted to piggyback off of what everybody was saying. I honestly feel like, you know, in a black household, period, we don't talk about money.
You're right.
I mean, I grew up in a household where my parents didn't really discuss money. So you didn't know if you were struggling or if you were doing good.
That's right.
All right. So it was just one of those type of things where you just did not know. And I feel like you should discuss money in the dating phase. Like early in the dating phase. You know, it's one of those things where even though you're not living together, you can just look and tell how a person is. You can tell if they're if they save, you can tell if they
living beyond their means.
Beyond their means. You can tell all of that in the dating phase. And we were basically introduced to a financial platform when we were just dating. Okay. It was introduced to my husband. I can admit that. Yeah. It was introduced to him first, and he was just on board. He was ready to go. We weren't bad financially. It was just a lot that we didn't know. Okay, so
lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge for sure. And so when it was introduced to him, he was ready to go. I was a little, you know, hesitant.
Of course.
However, he was not going to leave me behind. You know, I was that type of woman where I'm like, okay, I'm willing to learn. I'm open-minded. Let's do it, you know. And so we started really studying it together. And because we have such a strong testimony financially, now we're able to help other people.
Listen, baby, they acting like they bone to bone. They bone to bone.
Sound like they've been married for 50 years.
Yeah.